Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Whatcha, the bonus content from Cult Classics. Cameron Jones here, along with my co-host,
Mark Nussle.
Jordan Bones. Oh, wait,
we're done.
Jordan
We're
Jones.
just coming out of the Halloween season, which is a little shitty for me because I haven't watched much since Halloween, so I mostly still have scary movie things. So do you guys have... Let's do a little quick Halloween recap breakdown. How about that?
As far as movies go?
What'd you hit this year? What did you miss? What are some things you wish you would have gotten to? I'm actually really pleased with mine this year, so go ahead.
I missed some heavy hitters. I did not watch Trick or Treat. I did not watch Monster House. I don't even know what I did watch. Do you think that's
because we did the big watch and like the Learn last year with Monster House and did we do Trick or Treat last year?
The last few years.
I think... And you'll be happy to hear this, Cameron. I think I'm like, I'll get to it, and then I didn't.
See, that's what I've done the last few years. Chris moved in with me, guest on the podcast the last few episodes you might have heard. And he has a thing where he liked to watch them at the start and the end, but we never got to him at the end again. So I hit a lot of the big hitters for me, like right away.
Early.
Well, I will say this to you, Jordan. I did watch Monster House and Trick or Treat, but I got drunk enough that I kind of don't remember watching them that much, so... Shout out to Joe, our drummer. He was there for both of those viewings.
I'll tell you what was a little fun. Poltergeist put me in a kind of PG-13 scary movie mood, and I went down that rabbit hole a little bit. So
what else did you do?
I did Chucky for the podcast, but
Child's
Play. Child's Play. Sorry. What did I do? I don't remember actually. I'm blanking now. Give me a second. Come back to me. Pass.
Do you know what I did? I did less of the Halloween movie this year for some reason, and I did more of just like horror movies I hadn't seen either in a while or not ever. So I saw Hereditary for the first time.
Still haven't seen it. Funny enough.
Good things. Heard good things.
It's more creepy than scary. It almost just leaves you in like an unsettling mood.
There's places for those too. They're not my favorite, but there's places for them.
So and then we did Midsommar and then also The Conjuring. So not necessarily Halloween movies, but just
Conjuring kind of
scary, creepy movies.
Conjuring's it takes place I think in like November or something. So it's like it's not necessarily Halloween,
but it's 70s and creepy earth tones. So you know,
sure.
I'll tell you what actually happened. I do want to see Midsommar. Everybody's like, ooh, that one gives you the willies. Conjuring, of course, I've been on the record on this. Babadook, still haven't seen it. It follows.
You really should. It is a great movie. I recommended it a bunch this Halloween, but if you guys didn't get around to it, The Autopsy of Jane Doe is great. But to something actually new I watched this year, we got around to Barbarian in the house. Have you heard of that new scary movie?
I've seen it on HBO.
It delivered. I don't want to spoil anything, but I'll just say like. Without being like twist and turns, like there were surprises where I'm like, where's this movie going? Like it just changed so many times where I'm like, what is this movie? But like in a good way where I'm like, wait, trying to follow along where it was actually like keeping me engaged without being confusing or overly complicated for twist's sake. You know what I mean? It was just telling a story, but it was a little more complex than a straightforward linear storyline.
Can you spoil a little like Barbarian? That makes me think.
So the basic
like
plot,
Viking, what's the goblin?
The basic plot is a girl is going to an Airbnb, and when she gets there, the scary looking Skarsgård's there, and it turns out the Airbnb was overbooked. So it starts as a thriller suspense. It starts as that,
nice,
and then it just changes.
Plus, it's got a good thriller suspense because, everybody's scared of getting murdered in an Airbnb.
It starts with playing into that, but then it does just go hard into like scary movie twist, which I enjoyed thoroughly.
Nice. Oh, I'll tell you a little weird rabbit hole I did. Based off my PG-13 radar movies, I started watching Blair Witch Project. Blair Witch.
The movie original? Or any of like the series and or remakes? What were you doing?
Wait, is it just called The Blair Witch?
And then, because then Blair Witch.
Yeah, Project.
The Blair Witch Project.
Blair Witch Project is the first
one.
But
I mean, short, but everyone just said Blair Witch or just,
No, I started watching that, right? I never finished it.
I say BWP.
Yeah, BWP. I started watching BWP. You guys all know that. And I never finished it, but the suggested watches along with that was a bunch of 90s courtroom dramas. So kind of went around that rabbit hole. I watched The Firm with Megan, and we watched
a bunch recently for some reason.
The Rainmaker.
Mark, did you just watch The Firm or something? I do like The Rainmaker.
Oh, I did watch The Firm, not recently. We probably
I was about to say, I think I've
anything John Grisham, lay it on me. I watched The Lincoln Lawyer. That one I've kind of been on my radar for a while.
You've been talking about that one for a second. Happy you did it. Yeah, you watched Finding Neverland yet?
Sorry, just to...
No, because I was going to watch that when we didn't have our cable set up after we moved, but now that we have, it's taken a back burner. It is downstairs near the DVD player.
Oh, nice.
Looking forward to that. I will let you know when I watch it. Looking forward to it.
We had the luxury. See, what we did is we got the cable set up, then we moved in.
That's nice. But you didn't have. You had a different.
Yeah, that's true.
It was an easier move for sure. You had like.
So you had like one night where you're like on lawn chairs watching.
No. I mean, since we've been in here, we pretty much all the shit got dragged with it. It was just like, it was like the week before, just dragging stuff here and then not really hanging out.
What's my motto, Cameron?
Home is where your shit is.
That's it.
In just like Netflix top 10, I started Dahmer a while ago. I'm still slowly chugging along. I'm like, I think I have one more episode, but like I've already heard enough about it and talked to like my wife and like some other friends that like I already have a pretty good idea of one, just the story of it, and two, where they're going with the storytelling. But I enjoy it. It's just sometimes I get a little burnout on this murder.
Fatigue.
Yeah.
I'm truly not interested in Jeffrey Dahmer or like serial killers. It just doesn't do it for me. But I do like Evan Peters, so that may be the only reason I watch it.
He's really good. I know the hype is a little bit gone on that docu-series right now, but you can actually go on YouTube and find
the interviews and
like the actual trial, the actual whatever litigation.
It was just 91. It wasn't long ago.
Who got away?
It
is exactly how the guy says it in real life is how they told it in.
Just to throw out there before we get a hate mail, we do know Netflix that there are some things that they extravagated and just pushed on for dramatic effect, but it is a good series. I am enjoying it.
What I don't like about fictionalized depictions of serial killers or retellings or a podcast, they always like, oh, they were so handsome and so smooth. It's like for a serial killer, for a dead-eyed sociopath. Like well, let's not compare it to
I think
Brad
we're just
Pitt,
always
okay?
We expect them to look like a hideous monster. And it's like he was just a schlubby guy.
What are you trying to say? Ted Bundy wasn't as handsome as Zac Efron? What are you trying to say here?
Well, let's just remember there are people.
In fact, Zac Efron's had jaw surgery.
There's John Wayne Gacy. There's just chubby, like dumb fucks that killed.
Right.
We got those dumpy guys out there too doing it.
It's just truth. This is my moth to butterfly. They're the same thing, but one's beautiful and the other's, John Wayne Gacy.
Interesting analogy.
I'll tell you a couple. Yeah, I think we were all there. A couple things on HBO Max because it's one of the main streaming things I have. See How They Run. I don't know if
I've been hearing nothing but good things about it, and I knew you were the only other person talking about it. I'll get to it.
Joe, our drummer, said something at practice last night.
Yeah. If you like whodunit movies,
I do.
Period pieces, and I think you both do. Give it a go. And I think we all like Sam Rockwell.
Sure do.
Throw him a bone. Saw Amsterdam. It's another kind of whodunit.
Oh yeah,
thing.
that was
See How They Run. That's on HBO though. Let the listeners know what all these are on.
See How They Run is on HBO.
I don't have HBO, and I wish I
did. Actually, and HBO just up the roster recently where they just refreshed, so I have been kind of picking through. It does look like they have
also
some
on HBO that me and Megan actually, we weren't going to watch it, but then we watched it, we finished tonight. We did a two-parter. We started last night, got a little too tired, and we're like, let's just pause it, and if it's meant to be, we'll finish it today. And it was. We watched Don't Worry, Darling, the Olivia Wilde movie that's got all the... Yeah.
It's the Spitgate. Right,
it is the Spitgate.
And what'd you think?
Yeah, Spitgate. In all honesty, like the story was whatever, but I was fine with it.
I probably won't get around to it unless I'm on a plane anytime soon, and I don't think I'm gonna be.
You know what we should do
without spoiler alerts?
Like
it's kind of like Stepford Wives meets whatever their twist is. Okay, I won't say it.
No, on this show we should almost do like a Mount Rushmore of what's your top 4 streaming apps.
Right now it's HBO Max, and Hulu. That's all
I'm all over the place.
Netflix has been decent lately.
I mean, all of them have their waves. I mean, Netflix started good, petered out, it had all of its original content. Now it's oversaturated, but now they're just doing a lot of foreign content instead of buying a bunch of new concepts. They're just redistributing, which is working, though. It's working again.
Well, now that Halloween's gone, we can kind of like put Disney Plus to rest for maybe a month or two.
I'm a big movie Christmas guy, right? And you guys are kind of TV.
What are you watching at Christmas on Disney Plus?
Santa Claus. More will come to me.
Santa Claus.
More will come to me.
They're coming out, I believe, with a Santa Claus series.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Did you see that? I don't know how I feel about that, but
if I recall, it's him retiring and looking for his replacement.
Yeah, I hope it's Bernard. God,
he comes back.
Also, every Santa Claus movie, except for the first one,
the
where he just dies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, wouldn't you like to see a prequel or reimagining, see what that guy's day was like? Let's get on that.
We'll call it The Last Night.
It'll essentially be like the end of Back to the Future 2. It's like we're seeing it from the other side now.
I would say it's more like Rogue One. We know they're all going to die at the end of this to make the movie move forward, the series.
Or it could be like...
I'll be honest, spoiler alert, I'm like, oh, that's the planet. I didn't see Rogue One happening until they all were like on the beach dying. I'm like, oh, okay. I see where we're going with this. Yeah. When everybody's talking.
The prequel Santa Claus could be like a heavy Sorkin movie where it's just like heavily narrated. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Walk and talks?
I don't know what
you want walk and talks?
Yeah, walk and talks. Yeah, just sort of a narrated Sorkin.
Interesting.
The last Sorkin thing I saw was that Lucille Ball movie that just was
actually
a weird take on everything.
Molly's Game, Sorkin. I just watched that. I know I'm late on that, but really good poker movie.
You guys are kind of in the card wheelhouse lately.
Have you guys seen that, Molly's Game?
I haven't. No, I've heard of it, yeah, but...
Oh my... You watch it tonight. It's worth
What's it on? You have Netflix? That's your thing?
Yeah,
if it's
2017 just eluded me.
If it's not any of those, I've been just renting movies and just saying fuck it for $2 lately.
Jordan...
I've always been
card movies and gambling movies are like my mob
movies. They're way more.
No, they're like my mob movies for some guys, where they're just all about. Like,
they're your little gritty.
They're all about The Godfather, and they'll just like or any gangster movie, and they're like, oh, but it's such a classic. That's just what I am with card movies for some reason.
It's like Moneyball meets Rounders. Watch it. It's good.
I can get into that.
Got Jessica Chastain.
You guys know what it's about,
Idris
right?
Elba. No,
it's about like a legitimate like Molly. Can't remember her name. Molly Bloom is like this legitimate she's
the true story of Molly Bloom, a beautiful young Olympic class skier who ran the world's most exclusive high. Oh, I've seen this movie. It's good.
Michael
I have seen this movie.
Michael Cera plays, I think, Spider-Man. Tobey
Maguire.
Yeah. Like
it's kind of fun. She runs this like legitimate like big backroom poker game in New York, but with well-to-dos.
I'm 5 years late on this. I just wanted to bring it up. I just saw it. It was good.
I'll get around to it. Thank you for the suggestion. In Discovery Plus.
She's exactly 5 years, right? It's 2017, September 8th, almost to the goddamn day.
In Discovery Plus trash news, Nicole's gotten me and Chris really into a show called Smothered. As you can imagine, it's overbearing mothers who control their their daughters or sons' lives. It's pretty weird. There's a lot of like, we shower together, we share bath water. I wake up my daughter by licking her face like a puppy. Then
I don't think anybody should share bath water. Like just
I agree.
You can share you can share a bath, but you can't have one person.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's another weird one where it's a chick who there's this girl who's.
Let me rephrase that. Like parents and their kids can't share a bath after like the age of whatever. I'm just saying.
You know what they did? They did Smothered with a cap.
Of course they did.
S-M mother. That's clever.
So, we want Avery to say his first words. We're pushing it to be like mom, mommy, daddy, something like that. But the one thing we won't accept, I won't accept him saying my first name.
Jordan.
Like, we're not doing that. I'll be impressed.
Jordan.
But we can't have him call Megan mother. Mother.
Yeah, that'll be creepy.
Like,
don't do that.
I assume that's happening in your show a lot, right?
What? Oh,
I
Smothered?
Your
that kind of
show.
stuff. Okay, I will say this. A lot of them have like somewhat legitimate reasons for like how they got so close. It's like she was really sick or she had a disorder. She was bullied. She didn't make friends, or because of it, she couldn't go out like in daylight. Therefore, we got unnaturally close. And I get that, but then there's still just terrible bad parenting that led it to where you are now, washing your daughter's back while she's going to the police academy. Yeah.
Sounds awful. I don't want to watch that at all.
No,
but I'm glad you guys
honestly,
love
as far as the painful TLC shows
some people
go,
are into Dr. Pimple Popper, some people are into Smothered.
And that's my wife and Chris, and I can't watch that gross shit, but I can watch cringy, emotional awkwardness. People who just you don't believe they exist.
I don't think
there's
like
a Venn diagram at Cameron's house. It's Nicole with the what was it, Smothered, and then Chris with the Dr. Pimple Popper, and then you with the Ghost Adventures.
Oh, really?
It's
honestly,
that
is what
what's the one show?
Discovery Plus
what all works out?
The View.
Yeah, we just all wake up at 11 a.m. and we turn on The View.
Discovery Plus
we
has
stop
it all,
what we're doing. We take our break from work and turn on The View. I will tell you what, because I'm getting up earlier before work now because I have a kid. Doing a lot more Today Show than I ever have in my life. I can tell you that much.
Who's hosting?
And spoiler alert, you're right. Carson Daly is back from back surgery. He was gone for like the first 3 weeks that I was watching.
Didn't know he was on.
And they would tease to him, and he would talk about his back surgery and his back problems, and his other co-hosts wouldn't even pretend to be interested in what he was saying. They were like falling asleep as he was talking. I'm like, I cannot believe that Carson Daly makes probably $10 million a year. He's on the goddamn Today Show. I love every segment with him. It's my favorite part of TV in the morning.
Episode just
to be there, Carson.
Yeah.
Real quick, back to Smothered and Discovery Channel. I do have a complaint, and I said this to Nicole last night, that one, we should just start our own network to compete with TLC. It shouldn't be the Learning Channel. What they've transformed into is the mentally ill and the disabled documentary channel. They just follow people who are unstable.
That happened back in 2009.
Yeah, I know, but but I was really just thinking about it while we were going through all the TLC shows. I'm like, everyone we're featuring has a legitimate illness that they should be in like therapy for and getting work on.
What you've got to figure out is the Rob Dyrdek method, where you can just like make
buddy no matter what
MTV just ridiculousness.tv. Like that's not MTV anymore. It's just ridiculous.
Here are the three channels
channel.
From when we were kids to cable when they started. Yeah, he must be rich now. Does he make new stuff, or he's
unbelievably rich?
I don't know, actually. It might just be recycled ridiculousness.
Oh, speaking of MTV, I do have on recording. Didn't watch it tonight. Gonna watch tomorrow. Newest season of The Challenge.
Oh, but now it's changed, and I haven't seen it since it's been like prime time shit.
Yeah, no CT,
but it's
no
big
bananas.
this year. Bananas is back this year. This season.
Is CT on?
Yeah. No, but he won it like the last 3 years.
That makes sense. Yeah. Funny enough,
turns out it's not
there's people now that it's like legitimately their career, and they're not in the shenanigans of the off
drinking and cheating.
They're like, I'm getting to the finals. Yeah, because they're 44 and they have 3 kids. And that
didn't stop Brad from coming back after the divorce. And I'm pretty sure there was an early season where someone brought their baby along, and it might have been Brad and whoever.
It might have been Brad.
Yeah, they had a kid.
Brad was always untethered.
I feel like I saw Brad like 3 seasons
ago. Because I think he went through a bad divorce and was like, I'm back from alimony.
Honestly, give me like 45-year-old Paula and like maybe a cancer-ridden CT. And I don't know.
They all chain smoked like crazy.
I feel like all those people, they're on Paramount Plus making like the seniors tour essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, they're on the Live tour.
Yeah.
Do you know what I would like to see?
Jesus. I would. Okay, this is off topic from our What You Watching Live tour. If I was anybody that wasn't like the top 3 in the PGA, I'd get on the Live tour in a second. I'd say, fuck you and fuck all your records. You're gonna give me $60 million a year to recreationally play golf? Sure. Sign me up. I'll see you at the Masters. All that talk is too stupid. Who wouldn't do it? And I know like Saudi Arabia is bad or whatever.
Okay, sorry. Let's get us back on track here. I want to bring up a couple old movies again that I've watched for the first time that probably you guys have seen. I watched Captain Phillips for the first time.
Oh, you're the captain now.
Really good.
I am the captain now. I don't know what
movie.
Yeah, really. It's not.
We can make a list of Tom Hanks movies that have been overlooked over the last decade.
I'll say this: I watched it once though, because it's not a very fun, easy watch. It's heavy.
It's like Castaway almost. Like you watch it once and you're like, oof, that was kind of sad.
Yeah, it was very sad.
Think about it though. You don't get movies like that anymore. And that's only like what, 6 years old?
Any movie I like, I kind of run to Reddit and see kind of like the discussion that's going on between people, and they're like, the funny thing, so you'll watch a movie and they're like, yeah, I hate it, I love it, I hate it. This one, the first thing that came up was like, I'm original poster, I'm Captain Phillips. Movie's not that bad. Like from Captain, like he posted on Reddit. Like this movie,
movie's not
good.
that bad.
Oh, the real life man, Captain Phillips, like pretty good movie.
Yeah, well, exactly. Tom Hanks played him.
I always thought I'd be played by Tom Hanks. You know,
really. What else you been watching?
Yeah, he's like, let's see.
Did any of the Somalian pirates comment on Facebook or Reddit?
No, because they all died in it.
I am the captain now.
Never seen it. Oh, okay. Spoiler alert.
Have you never seen it, Jordan?
No, I don't know why.
It's good. It's a very good movie. It's heavy.
Maybe I'll have one of those overseas flights like Cameron had, and I'll catch up.
That's not on the plane anymore.
Oh,
might be on Spirit.
This is either Hulu.
Maybe if I get my ass to Spirit.
Hulu or Netflix. Jake Gyllenhaal, Ambulance. It's who did
It's Michael Bay. I saw that movie in the theater.
I was about to say, I think this might have come up a while back.
Non-stop action. Great movie. Watch this movie tonight. Ambulance is awesome.
I saw that in the theater. Megan and I were like, we got to get out of the house. We started walking and we didn't have any plans. She wasn't super pregnant because whenever it came out, like before we moved here. And we just found our steps working towards Webster Theater. It's like, all right, let's see a movie. What's playing? Only Ambulance? Okay, let's go see it.
It was, I loved it. I mean, it's not like, it's like Speed. It's like, you don't think about it too much.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, it is kind of like
the greatest movie of all time?
Yeah, Ambulance, greatest movie of all time.
That's a stretch. It does have similarities to Speeds, but it does not have Keanu Reeves. Although I do like Jake Gyllenhaal. I like he doesn't think about him. He makes like genre movies. He hasn't like really sold out. I know Prince of Persia, right?
I mean, he's gotten into Marvel too, but like that was like
who doesn't? You can't stop it. But like, who's making Ambulance? You know.
That's true. And like Nightcrawler, it does seem like he still just does like weird passion projects and like good movies still, or at least interesting ones for him.
Yeah, interesting.
Zodiac, I don't.
It's just not. It's like it's action, nonstop action, like in a good way. I think. Like I don't know.
Do you know what movie was kind of trying to be Speed but fell just a little short? That Chris Pine, Denzel Washington, The Train That Couldn't Stop movie.
Unstoppable. I love that movie.
I like it. I don't love it. It's one of those things that if I catch that movie at any point on TV, I'm going to watch it to completion. Yeah, I'm going to finish that movie. I don't know why. That and Volcano get me.
That one. So I also just rewatched Source Code with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Good movie.
Oh, Megs and I rewatched that. That's so good.
It's a think piece a little bit at the end because you're like,
yeah, he stole somebody's life.
Yeah, like the teacher's is his life just gone? The teacher's life? That's too bad.
I guess I think
yeah, not dead.
I think it's just he lives in the source code now. I think
just different.
That's what I think. It'd kind of be like though. This is what I equate it to. So eventually, in the original Quantum Leap, I don't think Sam ever leaps home, but I think he's eventually going to get stuck in one last person and just not be able to leap out, and that person's going to be trapped
Sam, you didn't win the game. Looks like you're Jerry now.
Yeah, that's fine. Jerry's real tired. He's going to be sitting here for a while. It's going to be a sad day when he loses. Anyway, we don't got to go down Quantum Leap.
And one last...
Have you done a new episode of Quantum Leap?
As in the new Quantum Leap that's already out?
Yeah,
no,
anybody?
I haven't checked it out yet. I'm hesitant for obvious reasons.
Me too, as well. Sorry, Mark, go ahead.
No, just last couple things. I rewatched the 2 seasons of Flight of the Conchords.
Oh, nice.
It's fun to.
You have that on DVD, right? Did you stream it or did you whip them out?
Pulled them right back on the Xbox 360.
Classic.
And then it's a German movie, All Quiet on the Western Front.
Oh, I have.
I started half of it last night, and I'm gonna finish the rest tonight. But it's a gruesome, realistic World War II or World War One actually movie. From a German perspective, invading France. I don't know. It's just kind of interesting.
A lot of good stuff coming out of Mark this week. Wow.
Yeah, I've watched it.
But you know what? Write us in if you know what's going on.
This is the 2022 version. I've never.
Yeah, 2022.
Or wait, actually, maybe I haven't seen it. I was maybe thinking of something else. But you know what? Write us in if you know what's going on.
So there's like a 1930 version, and then I didn't even know they did a 19.
Did not know that.
Anyway, it's got pretty good Rotten Tomato scores.
Well, maybe we'll wrap it up for this one. But write in and let us know if you know what's going on at the end of source code. And what was the other question we had? I can't remember now. But thanks for checking out What You Watch and our bonus content from Cult Classics Podcast. If you like what you heard, make sure you like and subscribe on your favorite podcast app, rate and review. The whole Majestic Jam Network is there for your listening pleasure. We have Cult Classics, I'm Not Crazy, or an Urban Hermit. So make sure you check out all the good content coming out, and we'll check you on the next one. Bye. Bye. Bye.